Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's been quite some time. We've been so busy with studies, and yeah, we just decided that we've missed you so much, and we know you've also missed us. So we wanted to, tell you something little about what we've learned here in Russia. And Blessing will go ahead to give you info on the history, and I will come in later and talk about the significance. I bet you don't know what we are going to talk about here. So just listen to her, and I hope we get educated with this episode.
Hello, everyone, once again, and welcome to today's special episode of the podcast where we journey through the echoes of time. I am Blessing, and today I'll be unpacking the powerful and emotional history behind Russia's Victory Day, a date marked in red on every Russian calendar, May 9. This day is more than a public holiday. It is a symbol of sacrifice, of victory, trauma, and national identity. So grab your headphones, settle in, and let's go back in time to the most devastating war the world has ever known. To understand the Victory Day, we need to rewind to June 22, 1941, the day Adolf Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, the German invasion of the Soviet Union. It was the largest military operation in history. Over 3 million Axis troops stormed across a 2,900-kilometer front. This invasion triggered what Russians called the Velikaya Отечественная Война, the Great Patriotic War. It wasn't just a war for territory, it was an existential struggle. Entire cities were destroyed, civilians starved. Battles raged across frozen steppes, from Stalingrad to Leningrad to Kursk. One-third of all World War II's deaths were suffered by the Soviet Union. That's about 27 million people, soldiers, partisans, and civilians alike. Families lost generations. Victory, when it came at a tremendous price. Fast forward to May 1945. Nazi Germany is collapsing. Hitler commits suicide on April 30. On May 7, Germany signs an unconditional surrender in Reims, France. But there is a catch. Stalin demands a separate signing on Soviet soil. So late on May 8, 1945, already May 9, Moscow time, a second German surrender is signed in Berlin in the presence of Marshal Georgy Zhukov, the Soviet hero of Stalingrad and Berlin. Thus, May 9th become the official date of victory in the USSR. Across the Soviet Union, people poured into the streets. They cried, hugged, and lit fireworks. It was the end of a nightmare. Just a month later, on June 24, 1945, the first victory parade was held in Red Square, Moscow. It was a raining day, but the spirits were high. Soldiers who had fought at Stalingrad, Kursk, and Berlin marched in perfect unison. And here is the dramatic highlight. Soviet soldiers all captured Nazi flags, including swastikas, at the foot of Lenin's mausoleum, where Stalin watched the procession. The parade was a display of power, of pride, and of mourning, because every single person watching had lost somebody. Interestingly, after 1945, Victory Day wasn't always celebrated with today's pomp. From 1947 to 1965, it wasn't even a national holiday. It was a regular working day. Why? Well, post-war recovery was brutal. Stalin was suspicious of glorifying the common soldier. It wasn't until 1965, the 20th anniversary, that the Victory Day became an official holiday again, with parades, fireworks, and medals. This revival was under Brezhnev, who linked Soviet unity to victory in World War II. Then came 1991. The Soviet Union collapsed. Many wondered, would Victory Day fade away? The answer, no. In fact, it grew stronger. In modern day Russia, especially under President Vladimir Putin, Victory Day has become a central pillar of national unity. It is used to promote patriotism, military pride, and a sense of historical destiny. Today, May 9th is celebrated with grand military parades in Moscow and across Russian cities. In Red Square, tank rolls, jet flies overhead, and troops salute past generations. The Russian president gives a speech, usually with strong patriotic or geopolitical overtones. But perhaps the most touching tradition is the Besmetny Polk, the immortal regiment. Millions of people march holding photos of their ancestors who fought or died in World War II. It's grassroots, it's emotional. It turns cities into living memorials. In fact, it spread beyond Russia to countries like Belarus, Kazakhstan, and even cities with Russians diasporas. So why does this day stir such deep emotion? Why are generations born decades after 1945 still so attached to May 9? Well, this is where Lena would step in. She's going to explore the deeper meaning behind the Victory Day, what it symbolizes for Russia, its people, and its politics.
Thank you very much, Blessing, for the education, telling us about their history. Now I'm going to talk about the significance of Victory Day for Russians. Now, Victory Day in Russia isn't just about the past. It's about national identity, family memory, and emotional unity. For many Russians, May 9th is personal. Almost every family has a story. A soldier at Stalingrad, a nurse in Leningrad, or a lost relative. Stalingrad, now Volgograd, and Leningrad, now St. Petersburg. Victory Day honors those sacrifices, not with pride alone, but with pain. In this video here, you can see President Vladimir Putin and other heads of states laying wreaths at the grave of soldiers who passed during that time. Victory Day honors these sacrifices. You will see veterans in uniforms, children given flowers, and families marching with portraits in the Immortal Regiment, which is Besmetny Polk. It's a day when memory connects generations. We can see in this video people marching, holding pictures of their family members, be them great-great-grandparents, great-grandparents who fought during that time. But beyond the emotion, we can say Victory Day also holds a political meaning. In recent years, it's become a symbol of strength, resilience, especially in a world still struggling with conflict. The massive military parades aren't just tradition. They send a message. Russia remembers. Russia stands strong. Yet, for most people, Victory Day is sacred, not because of politics, but because of the loss. Over 27 million lives were taken in that war. So when Russians say we won, it's not triumph, it's tears. That's the true significance of May 9th. A reminder that peace came at a price, and that remembering the past is the first step to protecting the future. So this video is just to show the emotions that we as foreigners experienced here in Russia on May 9th. There was a moment of silence. There were people who had photos of not just one family member, 3, 4, all died during that war. So we should be grateful as people, as May 9th 2025 marked the 80th anniversary of the Great Patriotic War.
And this is the story of fire, sacrifice, and survival. The story of Victory Day, May 9, Russia's most sacred date.
And also, I would love to leave you with these quotes. No one is forgotten. Nothing is forgotten. This is Russian World War II memorial inscription. And we also have, the world must remember so it does not repeat. And victory was won by the living and paid for by the dead. Peace is the child of memory. War is the child of amnesia. These quotes are to tell us that, yes, we are living in a world that is currently ravaging with so many problems. But let's not forget that World War II did cost us a lot of people, especially for the USSR. And all these people who died, we do not know them, but may their souls continue to rest in peace.
And to round up this episode, we would leave these questions. Do you or your family have a World War II story worth sharing? Drop it in the comments. We would love to feature one in our next episode. Victory Day means different things to different people. What does May 9 mean to you? Pride, pain, or both? Should nations move on from past wars or remember them forever? Let us know your thoughts.
Thank you for sticking and staying with us. We hope to see you on our next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Paka.
Paka. And actually, we hope you enjoy it and you get to learn more. And if this episode just gave you a brief, we hope you would go and research to get to know more about this whole history and story. Thank you very much. Paka.
Paka.